Welcome to the Depot Sports Chat. I'm sports editor Drew Rubenstein, and I'm with Ed Owens, and we're back on the field at Memorial Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma. WVU just dropped its Big 12 opener 16-7 to Oklahoma, number 16 Sooners, in fact. And this was a game that started out well for the Mountaineers. Dreamus Smith took a run in the first quarter, 75 yards for WVU's first, and when it ended up being their lone touchdown of the evening. And Ed, it seemed like after that run, WVU had a couple other plays, and then things just kind of sputtered out for WVU. What exactly do you think went wrong for the Mountaineers offensively?
Yeah, the offense struggled. They really couldn't string anything together. It seemed like when the offense was going well, they'd turn the ball over, they'd get a penalty that would stall a drive. They just had no consistency out there. And one thing Shannon Dawson said after the game, missed opportunities. It was missed opportunity after another, and it really put them in a hole that they didn't get themselves out of.
And it seems like there was a lot of inexperience, a lot of youthfulness, first time on the road, so you wondered how they were going to respond. But still, for a Dana Holgorsen offense to only put up 7 points is kind of unprecedented, really. Yeah, it's something he hadn't done in his time at WVU yet. The last time they scored 7 points was the 2010 Champ Sports Bowl, Bill Stewart's last game with WVU. They put up 14 a few times last year when the offense really wasn't working well, but to only put up 7, score 1 touchdown, it is a really un-Holgorsen-like effort tonight. And I guess let's go to quarterback situation that probably a lot of fans are talking about and wondering about. Paul Millard, you certainly can't put it all on his shoulders. That said, he did not perform exceptionally well tonight. Missed some throws. Certainly the receivers dropped some balls. Some people wondered if Clint Trickett was going to get a chance just because the offense wasn't getting anything going. Where do you think WVU goes quarterback-wise from here?
Millard took it pretty hard after this game, and he put a lot of the blame on himself, a lot of the burden on himself. He completed about 50% of his passes, which, if you remember last week, Dana pointed to one of the good things being completed about 80% of his passes. Unable to do that this week. And I think it opens the door for them to go with Clint Trickett against a Georgia State team where if he's learning on the job a little bit more, they'll be less exposed, they'll be less at risk to give a guy like Trickett a shot and let him work his kinks out on the field next weekend.
It didn't seem like WVU's coaches necessarily gave Paul Millard a ringing endorsement saying that they were going to look at the film and kind of reevaluate things, and admitting that they thought about going with Trickett, but just wondered that he maybe didn't know the offense well enough to throw him out there. Maybe if there is a bright spot to be taken out of WVU's loss, it would be on the defensive side. Bend but don't break type of a unit. They did give up over 300 yards of rushing offense, which is certainly a concern. That said, 4 turnovers in the red zone. How would you grade out WVU's defense in this one?
Opportunistic. I mean, they played well, and when they got their backs against the wall, they responded. They kept this team in the game. It would have been much, much worse than 16-7 if it wasn't for WVU's defense tonight. Grade-wise, I mean, I think you'd have to give them an A. They were on the road at number 16, Oklahoma, and they only gave up the 1 touchdown and 3 field goals. So, I mean, other than that, I don't know how much more you could ask from defense tonight.
I would probably agree with that, but that said, Oklahoma number 16, and I guess you could look at this game one of 2 ways. One of missed opportunities, and hey, you had a great chance to shock number 16 Oklahoma, or hey, for a young team to hang with number 16 Oklahoma. Now that you've seen the Sooners live, do you really feel that they're a top 20, potentially top 15 team in the country?
After their performance tonight offensively, no. You have a hard time saying that Oklahoma's going to even move up with a win as the number 16 team at home. This kind of win, I don't know how much that's going to improve their standing. I think they were a good team defensively. They did enough. They shut WVU down, so you can't really be too negative about Oklahoma's defense, but I wasn't overly impressed with what they did tonight. I know Shaq Rowell, after the game, he really was. He was really positive. He talked a lot about how this is a building block. This is a step in the right direction, and for the defense, they're all positive, and now they're just waiting for the offense to get it together. And he said it's going to take time, and they're going to be patient with it, but when that offense clicks, they're going to be a complete team. He said they might not lose another game the rest of the season.
It's a complete reversal from last season, it sounds like, and at least WVU, for WVU's standpoint, they do get a return home against a very struggling Georgia State team, maybe just what the doctor ordered for the Mountaineers. Yeah. Ed, thanks a lot for joining us, and please continue to check thedpost.com for all the latest on the Mountaineers.